Yep. We live. Waited on purpose. Start this live since the student borrower defense fund or student loan borrower defense is trending. And so here I am, about to get started with this shit because a lot of people need to know about it, don't know about it. Here we go.
This is 58-year-old Murat Mayer of suburban D.C., a business researcher for a nonprofit with a Ph.D. who has no need at all to take classes at this community college in Maryland. But as he and his teenage son discovered last fall when they were applying for college financial aid, someone had beat them to it.
So that's what you saw.
All the ads are fake.
Stealing their identities and signing both of them up for classes at community colleges across the country.
We noticed that there were a lot of activity. There are a lot of applications, loan applications, grant applications. Then we panicked.
You're here talking with us. He wasn't as comfortable.
Correct. He was scared.
For nearly 2 years, someone was using their credit to apply for school loans. And his son, who today is a high school senior in Bethesda, Maryland, was already listed as a second-year student at this community college in the middle of Utah. Someone was attending class pretending to be your son.
And he's passing the classes.
He believes the thieves stole their identities after his wife died in a tragic car accident and their health insurance company had one of those massive data leaks.
How big of a problem is this?
It's a huge issue. So, when the pandemic, everybody went to online learning. By doing that, it really did open the door. So right now we have about 200 investigations open nationwide. I mean, some of the losses are in the smallest in the hundreds of thousands up to over $1 billion.
They call them ghost students, these digital thieves with no shame who are stealing identities. Jason Williams, a federal investigator, says they'll often use AI to enroll long lists of people in schools, sign them up for Pell Grants and loans, and then disappear as soon as they get the money.
As you're stealing identities, these loans are not being repaid. They're being assigned to people. They don't even know they have a debt with the U.S. Department of Education. Or you get some letter from the department or the servicer or the Internal Revenue Service that says you owe the Department of Education money.
And he says they're targeting Americans of all ages.
I thought that because I am a 55-year-old man, that I don't have to worry about that. It sounds like that's not true.
That is not true. So we've had cases where they're misusing identities of people in their 80s and 90s and going to school.
It's community colleges who accept almost everyone that are seeing this the most. A college in Maryland shared with us this photo of a would-be student applying to their school, and we've blurred his face because he hasn't been charged with a crime. They say he's here showing a fake ID to a suspicious admissions counselor on a video call, and then allegedly accidentally shares this screen, revealing a spreadsheet of other alleged stolen identities. Here's that same would-be student trying to get into the same school just last week, using a different name and ID. Authorities warn that in these ghost student cases, anyone's identity can be stolen.
From ABC News in New York.
And one of our great talents at ABC News is proof.
I got that tea. I'm ready to go. So I woke up in mid-February to this news, and it took me until late December to finally get this discharged. Your best bet is really to get on the road.
Anchor and transportation correspondent Gio Benitez got an alert on his phone last year.
It was my bank saying that my credit score had just dropped 250 points overnight. And it was a student loan that had been taken out in 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic. And I definitely wasn't a student then.
Our Gio Benitez.
In 2021, our friend and colleague was a long way from needing any student loan.
Michael, listen, we are excited. Look, we got the countdown right.
He was a network newsman on the set of Good Morning America, seen here with astronauts who are training to fly into space.
On the Earth's surface, I weigh 175 pounds. Up here, 0. I put my journalist hat on, and I'm like, I need to figure out what's going on here. And the lender at the time was saying, we can't really do anything unless you file a police report. But it didn't end there.
The thieves, who authorities never found, had enrolled him as a student at the University of Phoenix and then disappeared with about $6,000 in financial aid. He says as a child from a family that struggled with credit, this was upsetting.
You have to go and find your high school transcript, like all of these things that you have forgotten about long ago, 20 years ago, and you now have to get all of these documents somehow. It's a lot of work.
Our owned and operated ABC stations across America are seeing this up close. At our station in Philadelphia,
I'm just going to give you my hand notes of the stuff that I was sharing with you.
investigative reporter Chad Pradelli spoke with 2 schools that found hundreds of ghost students using stolen identities.
Welcome to Delaware County Community College.
We had nearly 500 ghost students that actually were registered in classes.
We canceled over $600,000 in Title IV aid that we had to send back to the government before that aid was dispersed to these fraudulent students.
How many records are in the database right now?
In suburban Atlanta, former NFL linebacker Maurice Simpkins and his wife run a software security company that helps more than 150 schools verify the identities of entering students to make sure they are real people. He, too, has been a victim of identity theft.
The school gets a pass or fail rating or a review rating almost instantaneous.
For each student.
Each student.
So if I were to simplify it, you've created a firewall for the crooks.
That's essentially the way I like to look at it. From a football term, it's an offensive line.
And recovered by Green Bay.
The former Green Bay Packer, seen here in a game on Fox, discovered he, too, was a victim of identity theft years ago when they were trying to buy a home. He says they found digital footprints from criminal rings around the world.
Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nigeria. Most recently, we've been seeing some Russian data where it's actually coming in Russian characters in some instances. I think the worst we've seen was right around 34% fraudulent.
33% of the students who were already inside in one institution,
yes,
were fake.
We had already been in classes for a number of semesters.
The feds are trying to keep up with the crooks and send them to jail. A Maryland man who used the identity of more than 60 people and ran away with $6.7 million in federal student aid, sentenced to 4 years in prison. A father and son in Arizona who were using the identities of more than 300 people to steal $7.4 million, sentenced to a year in prison each. Starting last summer, the federal website for student financial aid began requiring additional ID. Authorities are telling everyone to go to the credit reporting agencies today, download the app if they have one, and began requiring additional to steal $7.4 million in aid, sentenced to 4 years in prison. A Maryland man who used the identity of more than 60 people and ran away with $6.7 million in federal student aid, sentenced to 4 years in prison. A father and son in Arizona who were using the identities of more than 300 people to steal $7.4 million, sentenced to a year in prison each. Starting last summer, the federal website for student financial aid began requiring additional ID. Authorities are telling everyone to go to the credit reporting agencies today, download the app if they have one, and freeze your credit record for free.
It's locked.
There are videos like this one that show you how to do it online.
One of the things I found out was how easy it was to prevent this. Had I just had those locks on my credit accounts, they're free. And if you need your credit account at some point for a mortgage or whatever it is, all you got to do is go on your phone, hit unlock, you make the purchase, and then you lock it up again.
They're also encouraging parents to check with the credit companies for any lines of credit using the name of their children.
This has been hard on you and your son.
Exactly.
Murat Mayer in Washington says he and his son are fortunate they were able to get his record cleared up before college deadlines. His son has applied to study business finance in the fall, and this time it will really be him.
And how is he doing?
Very well. He's a straight A student, has been very successful, honor student, so he's doing well.
What is borrower defense loan discharge? Have you ever felt misled by your college or university? If so, you might want to know about borrower defense loan discharge. This federal process is designed to help students who have been harmed by their school's misleading or illegal actions. It allows students to apply for cancellation of their federal student loans if they can prove that their institution violated certain laws or made false promises about education or job outcomes. So, how does this work? First, it is important to note that this process is not initiated by colleges or universities. Instead, it is a student-driven process. If you believe your school has wronged you, you can take action. The U.S. Department of Education manages this process, ensuring that students have a way to seek relief. To qualify for borrower defense loan discharge, you need to have federal direct loans or loans that can be combined into a federal direct consolidation loan. Unfortunately, private loans do not qualify for this discharge. When applying, you will need to submit an application that details how your school misled you. This could include false claims about accreditation, job placement rates, or even the costs associated with your education. If your application is approved, you could see your federal loans for that school fully discharged. In some cases, if you have made payments on those loans, you may even receive a refund. For colleges and universities, this process serves as a reminder of the importance of honesty in their communications with students. They must be transparent about costs, accreditation, and employment outcomes. If a school is found to have engaged in misleading practices, it could face increased scrutiny from federal regulators. This means they may need to provide evidence in response to borrower defense claims. In essence, borrower defense loan discharge is a federal remedy for students who feel they have been wronged by their educational institution. It highlights the need for schools to maintain integrity in their recruitment and educational practices. Remember, this process is student-initiated and federally managed, applying only to federal student loans. If you believe you have been misled, it is worth looking into this option.
Major changes are ahead this year for student loan borrowers and their parents when it comes to how you borrow and repay it. It's all part of legislation passed in 2025, often referred to as the Big Beautiful Bill. News 4's Tanner De Leon talked to experts who say those who owe need to start preparing now.
This is something that all current borrowers and future borrowers need to know about.
Student loan debt accounts for nearly $2 trillion in the U.S. Last year, it was a major focus of the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, supported by President Trump. As a result, borrowing limits are changing in 2026, and so are the ways you pay back those loans.
There are going to be just two repayment plans available. One of them is the standard repayment plan that has a fixed payment every month for the amount you owe, and the other is an income-based repayment plan called the Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP plan.
Past options are going away, including those for people in a tough spot financially.
Even if you have lost your job, even if you've been long-term unemployed, if you have high medical bills, all of these things that borrowers were able to use to be able to get to a temporary $0 payment, that is going away. The minimum payment that any borrower will have to make is at least $10 per month for those in financial hardship.
For those applying for loans, there will now be a cap as to how much you can borrow.
A maximum of $20,000 per year per child and a lifetime maximum of $65,000 per child. There are some positives with having caps there. It prevents runaway borrowing.
Jennifer Frenetti with Scholarship Owl, which matches students with scholarships, believes graduate students will notice the most changes.
If you are a graduate student, previously you have been able to take out a Grad Plus loan. However, those loans are going away. And instead, graduate students will still be able to access unsubsidized student loans. If you are applying for a master's degree program or a PhD that is not considered to be a professional degree program, your cap is going to be a maximum of $100,000. If you are pursuing...
People gonna think about what they fucking want to do before they just fucking jump into college. That's what's gonna happen.
A professional degree program, such as if you're going to go to medical school or law school, you will have a cap of $200,000 maximum lifetime for those programs.
Even though the changes don't go into effect until July, Finetti says now is the time to figure out your new plan, starting with applying for free money available.
Students should always prioritize applying for federal and state grants through the FAFSA. And of course, students should also be prioritizing scholarships.
And if you can, she suggests staying away from loans altogether.
The bottom line is that all students should do their best to avoid taking on student debt. This is advice I've been giving before this bill, and it's advice I'm continuing to give.
In Oklahoma City, Tanner De Leon, Oklahoma's News 4.
Now, new borrowers will have to select from the two new payment options. Existing borrowers have until July of 2028 to switch over from your current plan.
more than a month after the Justice Department was supposed to release all the Jeffrey Epstein files, the DOJ dropped a massive amount of material connected to the convicted sex offender this morning. Erica Brown reports from Capitol Hill.
The Department of Justice announced Friday the release of more than 3 million pages of documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation.
Today's release marks the end of a very comprehensive document identification and review process to ensure transparency to the American people.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said the release includes more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images connected to the convicted sex offender and his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell.
We did not protect President Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents.
He noted there are extensive redactions to protect victims' identities. Previous Epstein document releases have highlighted the late financier's connections to many high-profile men, including former President Bill Clinton and President Trump, who has called the Epstein investigation a hoax.
What this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party has.
The Justice Department says it has to submit a final report to Congress providing the justifications for the redactions before the matter is complete. But critics on Capitol Hill say the investigation is far from over. Democrat Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, released a statement slamming the DOJ for releasing only about 50% of the material it collected, saying, quote, "We are demanding the names of Epstein's co-conspirators and the men and pedophiles who abused women and girls." He also promised a thorough review of the newly released material. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Yeah, this is actually the video of Chicago getting caught speeding.
Let's give you a path to get past them. See what you do.
An Aston Martin SUV. Chicago different. Just passing the cops and everybody. Get it, Chicago.
100, 101. Passing a car at 101, 103, 104. County Motor 50, copy, 1050. Gonna be 429 northbound at Stony Brook, Florida tag. On a gray Aston Martin, unknown occupants. Wipe that smile off your face. I'm Sergeant McDaniels with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. You're being stopped for dangerous excessive speeding.
I understand my tire at the back is like literally on 29.
So you're driving at 100. Hold on. You're driving at 104 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone with subpar equipment, flashing people to get out of your lights, out of your lane, following too close, using every lane to pass everybody, cutting me off, passing a car on the inside shoulder with their hazard lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I totally understand. I'm communicating with you, sir. I really do not want to go to jail.
No, most people don't, but you got to think about that before you do the speed. I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
Sir, I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone is sitting here, and it's slid on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode, and I see that. My apologies, sir. Please, I'm communicating.
The mode has nothing to do with your gas pedal.
No.
I need your license, your registration, and your insurance.
Hey, sir, I really want to work. Can you really work with me, sir? I promise you, I am a law-abiding citizen. I have my ID, my insurance on my phone. There was no intention of me speeding today. promise you, sir.
Is this a good address for you, Lake Valley
Yes,
Drive?
sir. I'm here. I love you, sir. Please work with me. I promise you.
I don't know what work with you means.
Not work with me. I understand that. I will take the ticket. I will show you.
No, like I told you, you're going to jail.
Allow me to go to jail. Please, sir. Please.
Listen to me.
Please, sir. I really.
Nothing you say is going to change that. You are going to jail.
Sir, am I going to jail, Jake?
Yes.
Sir, I really was not intentionally speeding at
That's
all.
even more scary.
Sir,
That means that you're doing things unintentionally on a task that requires all your attention.
Sir, please, please, I'm begging you.
You are going to have a little bit of time to make some phone calls. You are going to jail. I am towing your car.
Please, sir, don't take me to jail. I will do everything.
No.
I will do everything.
You have two options.
Listen. Sir, please.
Listen, you have two options.
Please, sir.
The first option is you can either ride with me in my car.
Damn, that's loud.
The second option is you are going to go to jail in a cage car.
No,
Which do you
sir,
prefer?
I promise you, I don't want to go to jail. I'm right here. I have a team here. I have a coach, everything, sir. I was not intentionally doing anything, and I am.
You're not listening. You're repeating yourself and not listening. Nothing you say is going to change.
Sir, I want to.
All right, so make some phone calls. Let people know that you're going to have a $500 bond.
Student loan borrower defense.
Yeah, she's fucking fake. That shit is bad job. Like, I guess you never get caught doing shit, but we know you do. We know you do.
A surge back into the national spotlight as thousands of Americans seek relief from federal student debt they say was a result of deception, misconduct, or outright fraud by their schools. The Borrower Defense and Repayment Program, administered by the U.S. Department of Education, allows...
I can actually read some of this shit right now. Oh, my bad, this shit right here. The Borrower Defense Fund, because I know people don't understand this unless you're probably even if you're a student, it doesn't matter. You probably have no idea what you're looking at, but I'm going to read it. Student loan borrower defense update. Hundreds of thousands could see full cancellation this week. Hundreds of thousands of student loan borrowers could soon see their debts wiped out automatically, not because the government decided to forgive, but because the U.S. Department of Education missed the key deadline in a major legal settlement. The situation stems from 2022 Sweet vs. Cardona case, which accused the department of wrongly rejecting borrower defense to repayment applications. The program lets borrowers get loans canceled when schools misled them about things like costs, job prospects, graduation rates, which I did play a video of that. Under the settlement agreement, the Education Department had until January 28th, 2026 to finish reviewing a specific group of applications. When the date passed with decisions for many borrowers, the term of the deal says full loan cancellation plus refunds for any payments already made should kick in automatically, as per report from Newsweek. Why the deadline was missed, the department had been working through a large number of applications, about 207,000 from people who applied after the main class period, so-called post-class applicants, November 2025. Officials told the court they probably would meet the January 28th cutoff and asked for an 18-month extension. They cited the bigger than expected number of applications, limited staff and resources, and new rules requiring them to cancel some unrelated loans. In certain cases, the judge denied that request and ordered the department to stick to the original timeline. This month, the department asked again, this time for an extension all the way to July 2027, saying progress was far from behind what the court had expected. Despite their best efforts, as of now, the judge hasn't ruled on the second extension request that leaves automatic forgiveness possibility still in play for borrowers who submitted applications between June 2022, November 2022, and attended one of these schools listed in the settlement. Who could benefit and why it matters? If the automatic relief goes through, it would cover people who applied to borrower defense June 2022 or later after 2022, could also qualify under the settlement terms if decisions weren't made by the deadline. If at first you don't succeed, try again. More than 40 million Americans carry student loan debt. That burden makes big life steps harder. What happens next? The court still has to decide the department's latest extension request. If the judge says no, borrowers in the effect group would likely see full discharge and refunds without any further review of the applications. Wow. If the extension is granted, the department will get more time, but will be breaking the original settlement terms, which could lead to more legal fights. Yeah, it was good to fucking know.
Most federal student loan borrowers to apply for loan.
I basically read that shit now.
Major changes are ahead this year for student loan borrowers and their parents when it comes to how you borrow and repay it. It's all part of legislation passed in 2025, often referred to as the Big Beautiful Bill. News 4's Tanner De Leon talked to experts who say those who owe need to start preparing now.
This is something that all current borrowers and future borrowers need to know about.
Student loan debt accounts for nearly $2 trillion in the U.S. Last year, it was a major focus of the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, supported by President Trump. As a result, borrowing limits are changing in 2026, and so are the ways you pay back those loans.
There are going to be just two repayment plans available. One of them is the standard repayment plan that has a fixed payment every month for the amount you owe, and the other is an income-based repayment plan called the Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP plan.
Past options are going away, including those for people in a tough spot financially.
Even if you have lost your job, even if you've been long-term unemployed, if you have high medical bills, all of these things that borrowers were able to use to be able to get to a temporary $0 payment, that is going away. The minimum payment that any borrower will have to make is at least $10 per month for those in financial hardship.
For those applying for loans, there will now be a cap as to how much you can borrow.
It's a maximum of $20,000 per year per child and a lifetime maximum of $65,000 per child. There are some positives with having caps there. It prevents runaway borrowing.
Jennifer Frenetti with Scholarship Owl, which matches students with scholarships, believes graduate students will notice the most changes.
If you are a graduate student, previously you have been able to take out a Grad Plus loan. However, those loans are going away. And instead, graduate students will still be able to access unsubsidized student loans. If you are applying for a master's degree program or a PhD that is not considered to be a professional degree program, your cap is going to be a maximum of $100,000. If you are pursuing a professional degree program, such as if you're going to go to medical school or law school, you will have a cap of $200,000 maximum lifetime for those programs.
Even though the changes don't go into effect until July, Finetti says now is the time to figure out your new plan, starting with applying for free money available.
Students should always prioritize applying for federal and state grants through the FAFSA. And of course, students should also be prioritizing scholarships.
And if you can, she suggests staying away from loans altogether.
The bottom line is that all students should do their best to avoid taking on student debt. This is advice I've been giving before this bill, and it's advice I'm continuing to give.
Major changes are ahead this year.
More than a month after the Justice Department was supposed to release all the Jeffrey Epstein files, the DOJ dropped a massive amount of material connected to the convicted sex offender.
On February 24th, 2025, airport officers were dispatched in response to a call from TSA after a checked suitcase was flagged during screening for an undeclared firearm and suspected marijuana.
Yes, I'm Frontier.
Okay. Is one of your passengers?
Yes.
You know their name?
He has a name on the window.
That's the undeclared, and we're not 100% sure.
What?
All right. Yeah. Lano. So let's go ahead and take that. That's 709. What phone number they have?
What unit number vehicle do you have? So I can send a picture of the user's information.
What?
9564. 9564. Just a picture.
Seven bags.
7 pounds of weed. Airport nigga.
Copy, 810.
A lot of marijuana.
Who discovered it? Oh, okay. So what happened?
Well, the bag alarmed, and I noticed that the bag wasn't properly locked. So I'm going to assess that. Initial alarm, of course, it was an alarm. It was against our SOP, and we're also looking for a declaration, which wasn't there. Okay. And I was looking for the declaration. That's when we noticed these bags.
Why did the bag initially alarm?
It wasn't properly locked.
Okay.
It should be locked. And he had like a wire locks, but they weren't. Wasn't locked. Yeah.
No, I can smell it as soon as I walked in here.
See, I couldn't normally. I can't because I hate the smell of that stuff.
Yeah, as soon as I walk right here, I can smell it, even though it was sealed. Now we just got to identify the guy, and if he says, hey, I ain't my back, I didn't do anything, regardless of what he says, what do you think is a good idea for us to do?
Check video, MCR,
So
see if we got him.
we can get with the back tag, we can see what time he checked in, we'll know how he looks, and then get an MCR to give us cameras, see him walking with the backpack, checking it in.
Using the baggage tag and airline confirmation number attached to the suitcase, officers were able to identify the passenger associated with the bag. With assistance from airline personnel, the passenger was located at the check-in counter, where officers made contact.
This is my carrier.
She has zone 1? No, but she was in zone 1?
Wilkerson?
Yes.
All right. Hey, can you take off your backpack for me really fast? All right. Just put it on the ground. Go ahead and turn around.
You're just being detained at this time.
Let him get the cuffs on, and then we'll tell you what's going on, okay?
Help me. Thank you.
709, we got one detained in cuffs. All right, we can go sit over here. We'll grab your backpack. You can have a seat right here.
Do you have any checked luggage?
No.
You don't?
That's all my luggage right there.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't check a bag?
No.
Okay.
How do you pronounce your first name?
Lamont, L-A-M-O-N-T.
And what's your last name?
Wilkerson, W-I-L-K-E-R-S-O-N.
Okay.
Are you traveling with anybody else?
Yes, my little brother, he right there.
Okay. Did he check a bag?
I'm not sure.
What's your little brother's last name?
Same as yours?
No. He right there. He right there, talk to the lady.
Black jacket?
Yes.
Match yours?
Sir, are you traveling with this gentleman right here? Are you traveling with this gentleman right here? Yeah. Can we get you to step around the corner and speak with us as well?
Damn.
Go ahead and grab your bag.
He should have fucking disappeared, man. Damn.
Do you have your ID on you?
I'd have just walked the fuck around.
Have a seat and we'll explain everything. So this is your brother?
Yeah.
Come over here. Blood related, or how come you guys don't have the same last name?
What? I'm trying to see what's going on, though.
Okay. Did you guys check in the bag?
Check in?
Yep. Under the plane.
Right.
Is it your bag or is it his bag?
What? What bag?
The bag that's under Wilkerson's name.
What happened, though?
Hey, so you didn't check a bag? You don't know if he checked a bag?
Man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's early in the morning.
Okay.
My mind everywhere now. I'm in handcuffs. I ain't expect all this. I'm just trying to get home.
Chicago's home?
Not necessarily, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
We have a bag that was checked under Wilkerson's name, okay? That's why we're here. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on, why TSA called us over here in reference to that bag. Do you have any idea of what I'm talking about? Okay.
That's what I'm trying to see.
Well, if it doesn't involve you, so did you check in the bag? Do you have any luggage under the plane?
Nah.
You don't have any luggage?
Yeah, that's my brother.
So he has luggage?
Yeah, they all got luggage, yeah.
Okay, that you guys checked in under the plane?
Yeah.
Okay. What bag? Did you have a marking on your bag?
Nah, that's just that flower bag. That's the only bag we check in.
Okay, did he check it in or did you check it in?
My brother, it's under his name.
So why are you flying to Chicago if you're Indiana?
No, I just came to visit I just went down for a visit.
Oh, okay.
I just went down from Indiana. I went to the Midwest, Chicago.
Okay.
Texas.
Okay.
I've been down there all weekend.
Okay. So is there any reason why TSA would have called us?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I'm just gonna get on the phone.
We just have a bag that we're investigating, and we're trying to figure out what's in the bag, why TSA would call us for this bag, and they identified this bag, which comes back to your brother.
My flight's what's going on? Like, can I get something?
So you're just detained right now. We have a bag under your name, so that's why we're asking if you checked the bag.
Bag under my name?
Yeah.
No, ma'am,
Okay.
I was literally just gonna pay for the other.
Okay.
Oh, well, do you want to stay with your brother, or do you want to go catch a flight? I mean, if you're not saying the bag's yours, I mean, it's not yours. If you didn't check it in, you didn't check it in, he checked it in, then we just gotta ask him some few more questions. So,
yeah, what happened?
He said it was a floral with flowers on it.
Everybody looking fucking stupid.
But they just said they checked in one bag altogether, but it was his bag that they checked in.
What bag? The name on it?
His name.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What I got? Well,
So, I mean, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. So if you didn't check any bags, then we just gotta talk to him. If you said that was his bag.
I'm trying to figure out. You saying you what name? Y'all, I'm trying to see what's going on.
We have a bag under your name.
You have a bag under my name?
Yeah.
Oh, and it must contain something that it should contain.
Please take this bag again.
I don't know how y'all
Gate 15-6, Delta 6.
Can I take my carry-on real quick?
Yeah, you can go check your carry-on. Okay, so you told me you didn't check in the bag, but your brother said you did check in the bag. So you did check in the bag?
I haven't checked anything. These are two bags I came with, sir. I can't speak for nobody else.
Okay.
I'm saying. These are my two bags. Y'all can go through them. There's money in one of them, and I ain't gonna lie. I don't know nothing. She just telling me she caught a bag. I don't know. That's my name.
Do you have a time on that ticket? You can call MCR and find out exactly who put it.
Issue date 6:08 a.m.
All right.
And he's saying he didn't check the bag.
No, but his brother said that was his bag that he checked, but he's saying he didn't check any bag. So we're just trying to figure out whose bag it is. Your brother already said it's your bag.
It's my bag?
Yeah, it was a floral bag. He said it was yours. You checked it in, okay? That's where we're at. But then you're telling me it's not your bag. So I got two different
He
stories.
couldn't have said that, sir. My two bags was right here.
So why is it checked in under your name?
I'm not sure. It been all type of complications with me getting through. They said I was fraud at first when I came through because my last name didn't say Junior because I'm a junior and it was they was gonna say it was my dad and they weren't gonna let me through with that. I was having a problem with that at first. I've been having problems since I got here at 6 a.m. like 5 a.m. These are my only two bags I came with.
I understand. So you're saying these are the only two bags you came with?
My only bags.
But your brother is telling us that you checked in a floral bag. Do you know what he's talking about then? So why would he say that?
I don't know. Y'all go get him. I don't know. But y'all check the cameras. These two bags I came in.
So he's lying to us, is what you're saying?
I don't even know what he's told y'all.
I just told you what he told you, that you checked in a floral bag. One bag, floral bag, you guys checked it in.
No.
You checked it in, and it's under your name.
I didn't check no bag, and I didn't pay for no bag. I didn't do anything.
So why is he saying otherwise?
I'm not sure, sir. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm literally telling you everything I know. Check everything.
Okay, any reason why TSA would call us, the police, to come respond to this location?
Sir, this completely has me in shock. I don't have anything I shouldn't have in either of my bags.
That's what we're doing. I'm going to let you know the process we're doing. We're seeing who carried in that bag and who checked it in. But at the end of the day, the bag's under your name, and I'm trying to figure out why is it under your name.
I get that, sir. I don't understand why it's in my name. There's been a lot of miscellaneous things going on since I've been here to check in.
Yeah, but your brother doesn't work for the airport, and he said it was your bag.
What up?
So...
Steve! Where he go?
He got on the flight.
He's on the flight.
Oh shit, he did get on the flight.
So he kind of just left you high and dry here. So,
wow.
I mean, if you want to tell us, is it his bag or is it your bag?
It's not my bag. I don't know whose bag it is, but you can ask the lady. I didn't check in any bag.
Okay. The problem we're having is the bag. It has your tag, your reference number on it, that you checked in that bag.
I didn't check in any bag.
And then your brother said it's your bag. So kind of.
I didn't check in any bag. Y'all can check the cameras. I don't.
He described the bag perfectly as a floral bag.
I can't describe the bag to you.
Okay, so why would your brother say this?
I can't believe he said that because it ain't mine.
If it's your brother's bag, let us know if it's your brother's bag.
I don't know whose bag it is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. I wish y'all could show me a video of me walking. I'm saying, it's not my bag.
So somebody's trying to frame you then, or?
It's something going on. It's been something going on since, that's why I'm getting here late. That's why I'm getting to my flight late, because there's been something going on every step to get in here since I've been here, literally.
Did your brother check in a bag on your behalf?
That's what I'm saying. We go out, when we start registering for things and put our information in, do our thing, we go to different registers.
So you didn't come in together?
We did come in. We get coming together. He has his girlfriend with him, and we split ways. You see what I'm saying? And we handle our business. But if you take the camera, you see all you have those two bags. Yeah.
So your brother told us this is the bag, and that it's yours. Now, if your brother just threw you under the bus, I'm sorry.
I don't think he did that because I haven't bought anything. I haven't put anything on this plane.
Okay, look at it this way. Your brother's on the flight. You're here with us. He gave us all the information we need to identify the bag and link it to a person. The bag's also linked.
You can't tell me my brother linked that bag to me because he knows that isn't my bag.
He told me directly to my face that was your bag and you checked it in.
I would say anymore, since you've actually taken him off of a plane and you've detained him to the point where he is no longer going to get on a plane. I would say if you ask him any more questions. So we have enough boarding pass from there. UCR sends a picture. I would not question him anymore because now that the plane is gone, would a reasonable person, so just wait and see if we get the picture.
Can you stand up for me? 64. Just follow that man right there. Follow them. They ID'd him. They ID'd him. So at this point, you have been ID'd as the person carrying the bag in. So you are being placed under arrest. There's marijuana in the bag and a stolen firearm.
And you're being arrested before, right? You got a felonies, so you can possess a firearm regardless. So it's only possession, okay?
No. All right. A car,
we're done.
I'm gonna have you step down right in front of the car.
All right, so since you have a lot of stuff, I'm gonna do a double check to make sure you don't have anything on you, all right? Mm-hmm. You absolutely don't have anything inside pockets anywhere on you?
Check you. I don't have anything.
Okay. Because usually some of these jackets, sometimes like this inside pocket. No, they're going to do that at the jail, but if you have anything in your shoes and you try to bring it into the jail, then that's another charge. You really don't want another charge for bringing something.
And just so you know that we went lying to you. That's you pulling the back right here. Okay.
Alright, we're going to get in on this side. Watch your step. Okay, best way is to go in with your left foot and just kind of slide in. Watch your hand. Oh.
On the gun.
Once you get in and they process you, you'll have a call. If that makes sense.
Will I get a bond?
They'll talk to you about everything there, okay?
Appreciate y'all. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
You guys better come help. All right, guys.
The man was charged with possession of marijuana after officers seized approximately 10 pounds of marijuana, along with possession of a controlled substance, theft of a firearm, and unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Approximately $10,000 in U.S. currency was also seized as evidence. Although we were unable to locate any public updates on the outcome of that case, records show that on July 26, 2025, the same individual was arrested in Gary, Indiana, in connection with a homicide that occurred earlier that month. He was charged with murder and unlawful possession of a handgun and was being held at the Lake County Jail at the time of that arrest.
Yo.
U.S. currency was also seized.
Yeah, appreciate
you guys. You guys better come help. All right, guys.
The man was charged with possession of marijuana after officers seized approximately 10 pounds of marijuana, along with possession of a controlled substance, theft of a firearm, and unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Approximately $10,000 in U.S. currency was also seized as evidence. Although we were unable to locate any public updates on the outcome of that case, records show that on July 26, 2025, the same individual was arrested in Gary, Indiana, in connection with a homicide that occurred earlier that month. He was charged with murder and unlawful possession of a handgun and was being held at the Lake County Jail at the time of that arrest.
So he was able to make bond on a gun, 10 pounds, 10 thou at the airport. Then he had to get it with the muscle later, yo. There's no other way around. He had to get it with the fucking muscle. God damn, nigga. Shit.
A Detroit judge finds herself on the wrong side of the bench tonight. The feds have charged 4 people in a corruption scheme, including the judge, her father, and a guardian. They're accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from people at risk and unable to care for themselves.
Just stunning. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is here now after exposing allegations of corruption for over a decade in Michigan's guardianship system. And now this.
This is a huge federal probe. Families have complained for a long time that the guardianship system makes it far too easy for people with power to take money from the vulnerable. And that's exactly what the feds are alleging this judge and her co-defendants did.
Andrea Bradley Baskin, P70474, here on behalf of Ms. Nancy Williams.
A lawyer turned judge who once defended a local guardian in court is now her co-defendant in a federal corruption case.
She looks forward to her name being cleared in these charges.
Before Andrea Bradley Baskin became a 36th district court judge, Bradley Baskin and her father, attorney Avery Bradley, often represented guardian Nancy Williams. Williams' guardianship agency, Guardian and Associates, was appointed to be the fiduciary for more than 1,000 cases in the Wayne County Probate Court. When a probate judge declares you legally incapacitated, a guardian can have total control over your medical and financial decisions, often with very little oversight. In this indictment unsealed Friday, Judge Bradley Baskin, Avery Bradley, Williams, and Dwight Rashad were all charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud in what the feds call a years-long scheme to embezzle money from Williams' incapacitated wards. Bradley, the judge, and Rashad are also charged with money laundering.
Ms. Williams is definitely a responsible citizen.
Williams was previously convicted of election fraud for forging signatures on her ward's absentee ballots. The feds say Williams and Bradley Baskin allegedly took $203,000 for themselves from one ward's legal settlement. Rashad ran group homes, and FBI agents say Williams allegedly paid him rent for wards who never lived in the homes. According to the indictment, Judge Bradley Baskin is accused of using $70,000 of one ward's funds to purchase an ownership stake in a bar, and she's accused of using another ward's money to pay for a lease on a Ford Expedition.
The fact that a judge and an attorney have now been indicted, it shows just how brazen folks feel like they can be. And I also think it shows they're very aware of the holes in the system because there aren't that many checks when it comes to how a fiduciary operates.
Nicole Shannon is the systemic advocacy attorney at the Michigan Elder Justice Initiative. She's been fighting for guardianship reforms for years and says she's grateful the FBI is investigating this.
We know this is happening every day. Stronger expectations for documentation, transparency, meaningful review and reporting, those are the types of things that could really impact the future and prevent these types of things from happening.
Judge Bradley Baskin is also charged with one count of making a false statement to a federal law enforcement agent. Her attorneys told me as of right now they're not commenting on this. I have reached out to the lawyers for the other defendant. So far, we've not heard back from them. Court records show they all pleaded not guilty to the charges in court today. Carolyn and Simon.
All right, Heather, thank goodness you're shining the light.
I need sunglasses. I'm good. How are you? Wow. Can everybody hear me? Are you guys set? Everybody ready? So look, I want to thank everybody for their support. It truly means the world to me. I have no idea what's going on because obviously I haven't seen anything. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
We've been listening to Don Lemon's first remarks since his indictment by the Trump DOJ. He read a short, what appeared to be prepared statement, saying in general terms that what he was indicted for and what is at issue in the incident in Minnesota was something he's been doing his whole life, a reference to a very long career. Mr. Lemon, of course, known as a CNN reporter and anchor, also had stints with NBC and other outlets. So we can see on the overhead shot him walking out, surrounded by journalists. We're going to listen and see if we hear anything else on the microphones, but it does appear that he's walking away from where he made his remarks. And Gene Robinson, we're going to keep our cameras on this. As always, if we get more remarks or news, we'll go back into it. But your thoughts on legally what, of course, is going to be a fairly broad and brief set of remarks. Most lawyers prefer clients don't speak at all on arraignment day, no matter how innocent they assert that they are. Your reaction?
No, it was short and sweet, and he basically said all that you need to say. I was doing journalism. It's what I've done for 30 years, and I'm going to keep doing it. And guess what? It's protected activity. I looked at the charges, and it looks to me as if they are the Justice Department is attempting to claim that the protests and Don Lemon violated the First Amendment protected right to freedom of worship that was held by the people in the church. This is certainly a novel kind of argument, as Kate said. I've never heard or seen anything like this, and again, I can't imagine that this won't relatively quickly be tossed out by a judge, since the judges who have looked at it before, the two judges who were presented with this theory before the indictment, said no. Get this out of here. This is not a case. This is not a thing. Again, what's the purpose? They're making a big splash, and sometimes that's what this administration wants to do, and sometimes they want to chip away and erode the rights that we have, and maybe even if this case is not on the, if the Justice Department doesn't succeed in throwing Don Lemon in jail, maybe they believe they will have chipped away at our freedom.
She got a big ass body with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Big ass body with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Silverback, 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 back, silverback, back, with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Big ass body with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Silverback, 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 silverback. little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Silverback, silverback, silverback.
Wait.